Corn Lips, do not worry. I cannot stand Miller.
That's why she
He
doesn't
can
want to stand with him.
he can kiss my ass. I can't stand him.
Pebbles, just
Regrets.
give me a chance. I'll buy you a drink.
No. He's
Just
a
regrets.
pompous ass
We've got the Pebbles
doo-doo head. He's
over
a
in the
pompous
depths.
ass doo-doo head. That's what he is. And I could come up with some more words. He can kiss my grits. He can whatever. I tried for
You
years.
don't want to know. Just don't go there. You'll have nightmares, honey. Just don't think about it.
I tried for years to like Miller, but I'd rather be gay, G-A-Y, gay, than be with Miller.
The fact
we
that
know
you
how
had to
he
spell
feels.
out gay,
And we know how he feels about the gays. I've read some of his comments, and they're disgusting.
especially about those LGBTQ fat
That's
people.
right. Plus, LGBTQ plus, for the fat ones.
The plus stands for fat. That's what he
Mhm.
thinks the plus stands for, Dolly.
Mhm.
Never.
This is when condoms break. This is what you get. This is a result of chemical compositions that aren't completely secured. We got the lesbians, the gays, the bisexuals, the transsexuals, and the fat people.
If he and I were the only ones, hi Kyle, left on the planet, we'd be the only ones left on the planet.
Humanity would die along with you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because it wouldn't never, ever happen. Never. Well, Corn Lips is a real man. Miller is a twerp. All of us, but especially with how he feels about things. I just can't even. I don't even know what his brain does, but
it usually swims around in a lot of cheap alcohol.
Just go roll around in the desert naked again.
Hey, he rolled on his butt naked?
Yes, Dolly.
Oh dear Lord, have mercy! Why would you go there naked?
No, he didn't do that in Pahrump. He did that when he came back from 1984.
Oh, did he? I'm sorry.
He was reenacting the Terminator thing where he comes out of the pod all naked.
But he's not the Terminator.
Into the desert with no name.
Wow, what the fuck was that? Jeff, your impersonations of myself are fucking awful. You sound nothing like me, man. That shit sounds like I'm some kind of retarded drunk. I don't speak nothing like that. Maybe 4 years ago when I was passing out in a live, but please don't sing A Horse with No Name by one of my favorite bands, America. That's disgraceful. It's disrespectful to America. Pebbles, how do you know I'm not the Terminator? Maybe I am. You don't know that. Anyway, Padawans, this is my response to Jeff and Pebbles from Texas. These people have MDS. I live free rent in their head. I live for free in their brains. There was more to this. Now, Jeff, I know he's trying to be funny, doing my voice, making jokes about, condoms breaking, me being drunk all the time, having a wet brain, and I'm a mistake, to this world. I shouldn't have been born. Basically, that's what he was saying. You know what? Jeff is a piece of shit, so I'm not surprised that he would say something like that. But Pebbles, things were calming down. Things were getting a little silent. I wasn't going to make any more videos about you. You said something months ago about me and the toilet paper. And that was seriously, I don't know how to say it, um, disrespectful. It was a lie. You basically said that I don't use toilet paper because I'm afraid to touch my ass, because I'm afraid of gay people, and and I'm a homophobe, and if I use toilet paper, I am gay. I'm gonna feel gay because it could break, and then I would put my fingers into my ass, and that would be devastating to myself. You know, the things that you say are just out of this fucking world. So stupid. I won't even respond to that because that never happened. I did think about it. I said, you know what? Maybe I should tell to Pebbles what I really meant about the toilet paper. And this was 5 years ago, guys. And they're bringing this up again from 5 years ago. Speaking of 5 years, it looks like Jeff has learned nothing in the last 5 years. Nothing. You know, everything that Jeff does is just fake, it's just an act. He finally got out of the house uh, over the weekend, or I think it was Thursday or Friday. He finally got out of the house and he took some videos and pictures of stuff. He went to this jamboree or something, to a restaurant, and you could tell that he doesn't really leave the couch. Uh, but he hasn't learned anything in 5 years. He's going nowhere. All he does is gossip with old women in their 80s and 90s, and hangs out with a liberal lunatic who's about to break, who's about to have a mental breakdown. And so he has learned nothing in 5 years. I try to be nice to Jeff. You know, when I came back last year, I try to be nice. Now, Jeff keeps lying. You know, he just wants to continue to lie. Jeff, let me explain something. The date on my channel, whatever it was, I think it was 2003, whatever it is, that is when you created your email address. With an email address, you can have another channel. I had two channels, Jeff, the Star Wars Agent channel, and another channel with a different name. I think it was Autumn Wren, just for laughs. So I did, under one email address with Google, you can make, I don't know if you could make more than two channels, but I did have two channels. I never downloaded anything on this channel. Everything was on Star Wars Agent channel. I deleted that channel, Jeff. It's gone. It only means that you created the Google account in that year. So what I did is I deleted the Star Wars Agent channel, and I changed the name from the Autumn Wren that I had, and I changed it to Jedi Miller Returns, and I uploaded a video. So it will show that it originated back the same time as the other channel, because it's the same email address. I hope this explains it to your dumb, big, fat head that looks like an ass. Okay, Jeff, I seen your face. You look like one of those whales, those bud-nosed whales. Pebbles, I thought I'd leave you alone. I thought, you know what, poor Pebbles, she's just having, hot flashes. She dreams about Miller in the middle of the night, and I wonder why in this psychology, I'm not saying I'm a psychologist or a therapist, but it's interesting that you speak about me and you being alone. The only ones left on the planet. It's funny that you chose me as your companion, Pebbles. Why did you pick me as your partner at the end of the world? Why is it just me and you left? Oh, that's interesting, huh? Maybe you do want to be with me, Pebbles. Maybe you do like me. Maybe you would like the contradiction and the controversy when we're hanging out in the middle of nowhere, just the last two of us on planet Earth trying to survive. And you said that you wouldn't sleep with me or be with me. What are you going to do? You're going to go on your own? You're going to go die on your own just because you're too afraid of me? Because I'm against the LGBTQ plus nonsense agenda that you follow? That's sad. You know, you don't have to have my opinions. You don't have to believe of what I say. But you said that I said some disgusting things about gay people. That's not true. Are you gonna believe these channels like Biff that are posting shit from like 20 years ago? What did I say that was terrible about gay people? Show me what I said, Pebbles. Prove it to me. All I said is I don't agree with with these parades. They're nasty. They're disgusting. They're running around naked in underwears. They're kissing each other. They're having sex in the streets. They're taking shit in the streets. These parades are not representing the gay community. Okay, they make it worse for you guys. Uh, I don't believe that there is lesbian, gay, trans, bisexual, Q, and plus fat. I don't believe in that theory, in that ideology, Pebbles. Now, you do believe in that. You believe that people are lesbian. You believe that people are gay. You believe in all the different genders, 200 different genders. You believe in all that. The plus means fat. And I know that you guys make fun of me. You guys make it all about funny. And what do you think that there's a plus there? Explain it to me. The reason they put a plus in there is because they don't want to say fat at the end. Okay, that's what they put a plus. And when you go to the store and you go to, try something on, you try a bra or an underwear over there at Walmart, whatever, you go Target, and you have to go to the plus women's size section. I don't even know if they have that. I'm just saying that was back in the day, like at JCPenney, Sears, Montgomery Wards. They had like a plus size area. And that's what it really means. You guys can make fun of me all you want. But Pebbles, I don't believe that there's all these different people. I just believe in women and men. That's it. Okay? Now, you want to call me a bigot and a bad person because that's what I believe. I don't believe in all these letters. I don't believe in Latin X, okay, Latin G, Latin B. I don't believe in any of it. It's all in your mind. It's all made up bullshit. And you should know better. As you should know so much better, Pebbles, that all of this is nonsense. It's just made up shit. There's only two sexes, two genders, male and female. That's all. And if you want to be mentally ill and you want to make shit up, I have nothing against you. But you don't like me because that's my belief, then it's your problem. Okay? You want to shut me down. You don't want to hear my expression, my freedom of speech. And you're no better than any of these liberal scum, Pebbles. Okay, now let me explain something about this naked stuff in the desert. The Terminator movie. That is art, okay? It's an art film. I know. You were surprised that I was naked in the desert. And you weren't the only one, okay? There was no kids nearby. It's called editing, okay? I shot that scene alone, miles away, and then I shot the other scene running. And then, there were kids running in a bike, in a motorcycle. That was a different area. It's called editing, okay? You shoot the first scene in the desert naked, then you move to a different location, and you shoot the other part. So there was no kids in the area. That's a lie by Jeff. Jeff seems to make up a lot of lies. That he's a werewolf, that he was friends with Heather Wade, that he was friends with Gwen, that everybody likes him, and he was the greatest bullshitter around, and he always throws the book at me. He says he knows everything about me, about who I am. Maybe he does. Okay, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure he's been studying me for a long time. But his impressions of myself, the way he does it, like, okay, maybe when I was drunk, doing those lives long time ago, maybe I did sound like that. All right, but it's just sad, Pebbles. First of all, I never did anything to you, and I was gonna stop making videos. I said, we're gonna leave her alone. She's out there in the desert with the heat. It's 120. She's probably suffering, having nightmares. Night sweats, dreaming about me. Being a what's that movie? With Will Smith, and he's out there, in the middle of nowhere, and it's just him and his dog. There's a lot of movies like that. Mad Max. I guess The Last of Us, or there's a lot of movies where there's only like one or two people left in the world. And for you to have night sweats and think about me being the only one left on Earth with you, Pebbles, that sure tells me a lot. That tells me you're thinking about me all the time. Are you attracted to me? Is that what it is? I mean, I don't mind, Women love me. I mean, I have, I make women crazy. I do. I mean, I don't know. It's probably just my charisma because I'm not a 10. I'm not like a cute 10 guy. And Pebbles, I know you like gay guys, all right? But for you to say that I would be like, you wouldn't have sex with me even if I was the last man on earth, that's sad. That makes me sad. Because we probably could do a lot, we could build gather some supplies, build a house or something in the jungle, you'd probably have tons of kids and start civilization again, There's a lot to be done if there's only two, a female and a male left on Earth. So you got to be thinking about that. Anyway, I just think of this, I just thought, hey, Pebbles has been saying a lot of these, the thing you said, Pebbles, about the toilet paper, like breaking in my ass, and I was gonna get raped by my own hand. That really made me think a lot, And so I started making those videos about Texas being hot because I was just poking at you a little bit here, but now you're saying these things that are heartbreaking. All right, you're saying things that are sad to me. You rather die alone? Really? Wow. Pebbles, you're hanging out with the wrong people. If you think that Jeff is the nice guy and I'm the bad guy, you might want to rethink your life, Pebbles. That's all I gotta say. Jeff, don't sing America. All right? Especially that song that I love, that I've used a lot in my videos. Okay, you don't have a right to do that. I gotta get going. Have a great morning. Have a great Sunday, and may the force be with you. Goodbye.